Hi, I'm Alex from lateenough.com, and I'm reviewing my 3 favorite Twitter apps for iPhone for makesfunofstuff.com. And first, I'm going to start with Echo Phone because Echo Phone Pro is my favorite Twitter app. It does cost $4.99, but I think it's worth it for me. I like that you can choose to retweet in the new style or old style. I like that I can connect my photos when I upload them through it. They automatically send them to Flickr, so my photos all stay in the same place. And I like that because then it's easier to access them later. I don't have to go into YFrog or all these other places. It's a pretty simple layout, so it's pretty easy to understand. You have your home feed, your mentions, your DMs, and they light up if you have a new one. I also like that if you want to see a conversation, you can click on it and it shows the bubbles pretty easily to see the thread of the conversation. So you can know if you want to jump in or just be nosy and have read it. And the last thing that I like about it is one of the apps that can send notifications to your phone that you have a reply or a DM. And I like that about it too because I want to know. Otherwise, I check Twitter obsessively, wondering if someone has replied to something I wrote. That really takes away from my ability to live life and also drive. But if you're looking for a free app, my next choice is Twitter's iPhone app. It's made by the people who run and created Twitter, and it's a great app. It's a simple layout, similar, just like Echo Phone. You can only retweet the new style of retweeting, but you can quote tweets, so you can always throw in the RT and redo it, or just send it as a quote. So it does give you another option. You can upload photos, but you can't connect them to your Flickr account. And following conversations, sometimes the threads don't show up as easily, but that happens also on the web Twitter too. I don't like, not being able to see what people are talking about because clearly I'm nosy. One thing I don't like about the Twitter iPhone app or Echo Phone is the way they shrink links. The Twitter iPhone app doesn't, and Echo Phone, if you write a tweet and have a link in there and it's all less than 140 characters, it automatically shrinks the link. And sometimes I don't want it shrunk. I want it to show what website it's coming from. And then what I don't like is that if it's over 140 characters, even if when they shrink the link it's less, it won't automatically shrink the link on Echo Phone. So I really don't like those. So my third one that I use is Hootsuite, which is now it's a free Twitter app. I think when I downloaded it, it actually did cost money, to be honest. But what I like about Hootsuite is that you can have multiple Twitter accounts. And because I run my personal one at Late Enough with an 8, not spelled out because that one was already taken, and at Makes Fun for this website, because I use both, it's really easy to see both of them. The initial menu that comes up has all the things for Late Enough, and then all the things for Makes Fun of Stuff, and then the list that I've chosen to follow, and then it even has your Facebook pages, although I don't necessarily like how the iPhone app interacts with Facebook pages. You really can only put up statuses. You can't put up links. I always turn to the web Hootsuite to do links. One thing I do really like about it is you can schedule tweets, which is not something I do very often, but every so often I have a tweet that I want or need to go out at a certain time that I know I'm not going to be on my computer or my phone. And so I will schedule it to go out at that point, and Hootsuite makes it very easy to do that. Also, it's really easy to shrink a link, which is another thing I like, is you just you put the link up and you hit a button and it shrinks it up for you. What I don't like is that you really need to go into the web Hootsuite to change things like what list you're following. It's a little hard to delete and add things in the iPhone, but once you have it set up, and set up the way you like it, I think Hootsuite on iPhone works great. I definitely think it's much more complicated, and that can be frustrating. The photo thing cannot be connected to Flickr again, so I almost never do photos through Hootsuite. So that's why I have 3 Twitter apps, because I like something of all of them. But if you were just going to take one, I would get Echo Phone Pro if you're willing to pay, or the Twitter app, unless you have multiple accounts, and then I would just go with Hootsuite. Thanks so much for listening.